send out the black signal. Y'all gonna have to bear with me. I gotta send out the black signal, and it just happened to be. Alright, let's go and send up the black signal. Alright. Let the family know where we are. And I'm gonna put up, because Restreamio is saying it's having problems with Facebook. So I'm gonna put up the of course, the Spreaker address. I want to finish the discussion we had yesterday. I only got a couple minutes because I got to go out to, I got per onc today, so I'm going to get up off of here and get out there. What? Huh? Nah. Y'all stay here.
Where are you going?
DT Imani. What's the day? 414193. God damn it. I'm sorry. We're going to start it off. Today is 414193. Boom. There we go. Alright, Daily Toast, Daily Toast. Daily Toast time. Gotta be capitalized. Daily Toast and talk. Need a capital T with that. Talk. Imani. Call in lines. Forgot to open the line. Call in lines are open. 614-56-4535. Then Daily Toast and Talk Imani call in lines are open. 614-556-4535, and or just listen in at. Boom. Let me go to my short URL. We want the G&J podcast. There we go. Wow. You can always find us on Spreaker. Alright. These for the next couple of years. Boom. We're going to go there. We're going to go Daily Toaster. Send it out to that list. To get on the Daily Toaster list, you just text 25456. Text toaster to 225456. All right, let me get my head together. So let me launch that campaign. Campaign is launched. Let's go and see, because I don't even know if y'all can see me on Facebook, because it said it's having problems getting the stream to Facebook. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna check on the Hootsuite. See if it's up. Nope, they don't have us up. Nope, we're not up on either one of the timelines. Let me refresh the whole page. Maybe it'll pop up. If not, we do what we can, family. We'll do what we can. We're going to put open the phone lines. Open up the phone lines just in case. Start conference. Check one, check two. Check one, check two. Check one. Man, why my camera not working? Y'all get on my computer and my shit start messing up. What's going on here? Check one, check two. Default microphone. Now my microphone ain't working. What's going on here? Check one, check two. What? Check one, check two. we might not be able to do. Alright, let's see. Something just popped up. Web access. Alright, it got. It's allowing the camera. I wish I could have checked this beforehand. Good grief. See, this is why I don't like y'all on my computer. I was able to take calls yesterday. Let's try this one. There's no sound register. Plugging it in here. Check 1, check 2. Check 1, check 2. What's going on? Nothing? Check 1. The mic is not working. Why my mic not working? Oh. Check 1. Well, we might not be able to take calls until I find out what's going on. I might need to shut the whole computer down and start over. Check 1. After this, I'm going to last check. Microphone selection. Microphone HD. Let's try this one. Check 1, check 2, check 1, check 2.
You are the first participant on this Uber conference. Please hold while we wait for the others to join.
Check 1, check 2. Nope, no sound. No sound. What's up? We need to hang up. 'Cause there's no sound. Choose audio device. Check 1, check 2. It's still not working. Alright, so we won't have call-ins, which will make this a quicker show. Oh my God. Alright. I think I need calls. I would prefer to have calls. So what we gonna do, I can't shut the computer down now in the middle of the show. So we won't have call-ins today. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, gentlemen.
That happens sometimes.
No, I don't want to hear that.
It really does. When I try to call Idris, and my computer's been off for a long time.
Whatever, man.
It has to be reset.
I don't want to hear all that, man. I don't want to hear all that. I don't need your platitudes and all that stuff. I mean, like, y'all sitting up here gaming, or this is not for gaming. Oh, snap. Okay. I think I see one of the problems here. Man, why y'all got all these?
What?
Nothing. I'm gonna put my code on next time, so I ain't got to worry about that. Check 1, check 2. Check 1, check 2. Check 1, check 2. Check 1, check 2. Nope. All right, there'll be no call-ins. I'm sorry. No call-ins. Hopefully, all right, we're showing up on Facebook. Let's see if we got anybody in the chat. You're gonna have to hit me up on the chat. There is a prompt today. I think it's about 12 o'clock. We're gonna get out there. I'm gonna finish the conversation from yesterday. I really wish I could have call-ins, but unfortunately I can't. It's something else. All right, so I got the mic plugged in through here. Is there something else that I'm doing wrong that would not allow my mic on my device up here to pick up? Let me check everything, make sure everything is flowing. All right, but yo, family, I want to welcome you just in case. Somebody could try to call in and see if we can get it working. I want to welcome you to the place where your hustle build muscle. This is the Congregation of the Mighty, and we want to welcome you to Giami Journey Media. Why is all my sound so damn low?
Speaker. Turn the speaker up.
You guys, I shouldn't have to turn my speaker up. Check 1, check 2. Come on, anime. This is a Heart of a Simple production. Of course, this is a Daily Toast, where we strive to blow up all your old paradigms. Hey, where my cup? Yeah.
Mr. Diddy.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Grab your glass for some water. Get your bottle of that water. Twist the cap off that water. Lift and pour your water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Stretch. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Bam. Just move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, move, then drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and touch your ancestors. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should we say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. Breathe, lift, move, toast. Now take a breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Break down. Drink it up, drink it up, drink it up, drink. Drink your water. All right, fam, I didn't finish up. So we're going to finish this up. And, of course, y'all know we're going to finish the discussion we started yesterday. Talib Kweli and his article, ADOS is trash. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. All right, so let's go finish this water. Let's get this toast on. Let's get this conversation popping off so I could go and finish up what I wanted to do and get out of here for the per arc. I meant to send it out, but when I got here, my computer was already in use. Gentleman was having a good time gaming, and he was gaming with several friends from around the city, so I didn't want to interrupt it. So I didn't get a chance to send it out, and that's okay. We still do our thing around here. And I was trying to send it out earlier, but then I found out I can't really post pictures off of the I gotta post pictures in a special way when I'm dealing with Blogger, because I can't directly send pictures as of yet over this new texting piece that we have this year. And I'm gonna call them about that, because I really it really slows us down when we can't send pictures. You know what I'm saying? So first off, giving honor to the creator by whatever name you choose to call it, creator. We lift our glass and we salute that creator, and we toast and we say, Ashe. All right, from there, family, where do we go? Of course, you know where we going. We're going to those illustrious ancestors, and we're gonna go and lift their names out. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert Tex, Santa Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, George and William Walter, Christopher Gaston, Eileen, Uncle Chris, Ophelia Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pittman Nell, Normal X, Pat Myra Rob, Monica Facour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Agony, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Bropro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, there, Gail Pulley, and illustrious brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Percy Crawley C., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Lawrence Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Just, Katie Just, Derek Renham, and Virginia Rogers. Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kelly D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melville Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clayburg, Beatty, Sarah Weller, Vita Farmer, Augusta Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theodis Hasbury, Harry Hasbury, Sr., Linda Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thorne, Pearl G. Thorne, Ida Johnson, Florence Carter, Joanne Thorne, Edgar Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keats Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sarah, Slimmy Selby Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Andrew Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hitter Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Derrida Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hadley Lester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Amatat Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas Alula Berry, Lacey Ellen Ohio, Frank Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Peter Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Hannah Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Alice Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Man Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brandon Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Colin Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Delimon Aries, Gina Rube Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigella Parrish, Elder Basiji Fulani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DeFriedis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Haley, Elma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Cadney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Naylon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensenball, Hazel Gatson, Jerry Bradley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irvin, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Prince Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Cleavis, Lee Irby, Tom Irby, Tommy Irby, Wood Irby, Jim Gaucher, George, and Hallie Johnson. Archie Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGee, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold. Call your mom, Cleveland.
Okay.
Now, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwilyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie, Harriet Tubman, Kate Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Senior, Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dan Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Prince Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Manny and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford, Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Arlington Houston, Lord Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, and Pierce Donald Carter. Yes. What? Excuse me. Do you see me doing something? Donald Carter, Lily Green, real life here, Geometry Journey. Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Timmy Butler, Raymond Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rayshawn Easley, JaVale McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekel Maha Reed Jr., John Reed, Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Cooper, George Swan, Money Ann Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Andy Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. Then we move to our book. Joella Giles, James Carswell, Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James, Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac, call her again, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quincy Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacy Trice, Denisa Gore, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khaled Isen, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Splint, Albert Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, Sharifa, Oscar Kane. Call her again.
She calling her.
Okay. Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols. What else? All right. So we lift up those ancestors and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move to the present moment. We are on Imani. Imani, for those who don't know, is faith. We ask you to activate your reticular formation and find faith wherever you are right now. Hunt it down. Harmony is the mighty principle. Trust is the trust is what we teach with the M7. Red is the color. I was able to find my red shirt. Looking good. Gender is the hermetic law of the day. Male name is Kwesi. Female name for the day is Akasua. All right? So we lift up our glass to the present moment, keeping our pact with our ancestors and our future generations. We toast and we say, Ashe. From there, family, what do? We move from here to guess where? Move to our children, children, on to infinity. We salute them and we say, Ashe. Family, now, where do we go? Where do we go? We go to all of our relations, we toast, and we say, Ashe. From all of our relations, we move to that selfish toast. This is for you. What is it that you need in this moment? We lift up our glass. We say Ashe. Now, last but not least, I toast the most powerful, positive, uplifting, inspiring individual in the room. And that's you. I toast you. And we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. All right, let me get into it without any further ado. So yesterday we was talking about the Talib Kweli article. We're going to finish that article up today. If somebody call in, hopefully it'll work. If not, all right, so we made it through a couple of I'm going to have to move this out just a little bit. We made it through a couple of it where we went through where he says that he was in support of reparations. So we're going to go from where we left off a little bit yesterday. All right, so he talked about his involvement with reparations organizations and stuff like that, and how him and the whole quote, the whole beef started with Yvette Carnell texting him, or not even texting him, responding to a tweet. When we put tweets out, public thing, blah, blah, blah. I kind of went to that yesterday. And I'm stressing the fact that anybody that's going to stand for us is going to have to be going to have to be aggressive about how they come across with stuff, family. So for those that don't know, I'm reading the Talib Kweli article from Medium. It's ADOS is trash, and I have receipts. I think that's the title of it. So let's go. So after the little spat on Twitter with Yvette Carnell, he says, I was taken aback when I received such a vile personal attack on my character and my life's work from what seemed at first glance to be a pro-black woman. A pro-black woman. It was clear to me that I supported a plan for reparations. It was clear to me that I supported a plan for reparations in the tweet she was critical of. So why the attack? I had never heard of ADOS or Yvette Carnell before I wrote the tweet. So why did she take a tweet that wasn't written to her or about her so personal? Why did she assume I was talking about her and her movement? I believe that's called hit dogs hollering. Okay, I hear you. Wouldn't it have been more prudent and pragmatic to share her plan with me rather than dismiss me wholesale as some loud and wrong black celebrity in our first exchange? All right, I'll give you that one. That was good. That was good. You know what I'm saying? But we got to understand, like I said, when you plug into the whole ADOS piece and start listening to the decadent veil, as Antonio Moore calls it, right? We got celebrities speaking up, and celebrities have pull. People listen to them. So she felt that I'm assuming she felt she had to come off the way she came off. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Now, boom, but he has a point, boom. But, hey, she didn't. That wasn't the path she took. So, okay, let's go. As bad as Yvette Carnell's initial unsolicited tweet to me was, her follows were way worse. They collectively decided I was a Haitian immigrant, weird flex, as a way to justify their dismissal of my position. I was born in Brooklyn, my mother was born in New Jersey, and my father was born in Queens. We never been Haitian. It became apparent to me very quickly that ADOS was an anti-black immigrant movement when scores of ADOS accounts began to harass me, an American-born citizen, for being an immigrant. I was called a coon, a sellout. I was told to go back to Haiti. When I pointed out that Yvette Carnell made a YouTube video entitled Pan-Africanism is Dead, I was told to go back to Africa. One ADOS person threatened to shoot me, and several others, including a verified Twitter user named Junette Joyner, who once lost on American Idol 11 years ago, threatened to show up where I performed to physically assault me. This bigoted and sometimes violently worded attacks came daily by the hundreds for almost a month straight, supposedly pro-black ADOS folks were using the same exact hateful rhetoric that white supremacists have used on me for years in digital spaces. Something was fishy. Dog, you stirred that nest, you know what I'm saying? That hornet's nest, right? And you gonna got a lot of black folks out here right now that's out here suffering, right? And you came out and, got into a beef with a movement that you should have looked at before you responded. Actually, you know what I'm saying? Do your due diligence. But I know, sometimes we get to a point where I'm a shit, so I can, respond back. And boom, boom, boom. So you fire shots, they firing shots and shit, and it's getting extreme. And we do know we got some extreme ass people online because you can hide who you are online. So I'm not in agreement with people coming off on him in the way that they did. If it's happening like this, you know what I'm saying? And I understand, and then on top of that, the whole Haitian piece, if he's not Haitian, you know what I'm saying? But that's just because they're coming at you does not mean that they're anti-immigrant in a sense. Now, in the whole anti-immigrant piece, let's go on and have that discussion real quick. In that so-called anti-immigrant stance, the piece that ADOS is talking about is that a lot of the monies that's being spent on immigrants, whether legal or illegal, a lot of the benefits that they are receiving are benefits that were established originally for ADOS in many cases, or are resources that are being funneled to others that could be funded towards the ADOS to kind of balance out the life in a sense to help make us whole. So the whole anti-immigrant piece that you're picking up is a frustration from a group of people who have been overlooked for the last, 200 years? Since 1865? Broken promises, and before 1865, are people who have been here, who are, in a sense, the lifeblood of America that's being jumped over by everybody else, right? And everybody always want to put our struggles, want to put what we're going through on behind everything else. And in a sense, this group is saying, no. So you have a bunch of people that are frustrated, and once again, like as I said yesterday, are looking at the numbers and like, this shit has to stop. It has to stop, and it's going to stop right here. And then we have entertainers. We have these individuals that are throwing this illusionary life before us and our children, so that we feel that it is possible for us to live a lifestyle that is not available to the majority of us. Not even a healthy percentage of us could live that lifestyle. So this is the anger that's coming out to him. Now, I'm not justifying them threatening his life and shit like that, but when you jump into something, at least, especially when you got a hashtag or you got a group behind it, you need to look at who you fucking with. Right? Because sometimes it's just like, boom, I'm going to let that shit go. Or you can jump into it and you get people threatening to come shoot you. I'm not necessarily with that. Here we go. He got Jonette Indigo. Quote up. Here we go. He, in reply, I ain't going to go through all that. Boom, boom, boom. If he comes to Baltimore and the next day you hear them playing his 2 songs back to back on repeat on your radio, you know what happened. Go lose that. You know what I'm saying? You got some extreme people out there. Show plenty of the typical beta male symptoms. Wow. He responding to him. Some of these motherfuckers, you just gotta look past Talib. I'm just saying. You gotta look past. You need, your discussion is, you know what I'm saying, and finding out about what's going on, what you agree with, what you don't agree with. But then I'm saying now in here, as we read, you have done some of your homework, but I have questions, and a lot of us need to have questions about the research that you're doing. Hey, what's up? Who that? What's up, Tylese? What's going on? All right, so let me get back.
Who's
The The strategy for ADOS to get reparations seemed to be attacking famous, mostly black people for two reasons. First, for not being black and American enough according to the standards set by ADOS. No, it's not by the standards set by ADOS. ADOS is the standard. You know what I'm saying? American descendants of slavery. That's what, see, because people want to get into this black enough discussion when it's not about black enough. It's about ADOS. That's the identity. That's the tag. Please understand it. Get off of that. You're not black enough. No, we're not questioning people's blackness. We're questioning the lineage. That's the piece. That's what what people want to do. They want to get in an argument. They want to twist it up. And I know everybody been in situations like this where you had individuals that just didn't like you, regardless what argument you came with. They're going to find a way to twist it and make it look like you saying something that you're not. We're not measuring people's blackness. This movement's not based on the color of an individual's skin. It's based on lineage. Where do you come from? Where do you come from? Are you an American descendant of slavery? Right? You know what I'm saying? Can you trace your lineage back to that? This is what we're looking for, because part of the problem that the reparation piece had in the past was, since 1965, in a sense, as we started talking about and coming to consciousness of it, then who would get paid? Right? So now what the ADOS movement has done is eliminated that question. American descendants of slaves. Not black people, not brown people, not yellow people, not red. American descendants of slavery. Please understand. You know what I'm saying? And if that rubs you the wrong way, then you're not an ally. I'm not gonna dig that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at you. But I understand. And thank you for your honesty. If you can't get down with that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's good to know who your allies and who not. Alright? So let's go back. The strategy for ADOS to get reparations seemed to be attacking famous black people for two reasons. First, for not being black and American enough, according to the standards set by ADOS, and secondly, for being anti-Donald Trump. I ain't get that. Yvette Cornell, partner in the founding of ADOS, is a former Los Angeles County District Attorney named Antonio Moore, who spends his free time making YouTube videos that critique filmmakers Jordan Peele for hiring Africans that haven't been born in America as the lead for his movies. And one of the things that a lot of people have to understand about the argument that Tone is bringing is that you are being washed out as ADOS. They're bringing in other people are playing ADOS. Why shouldn't someone that's ADOS play Harriet Tubman? Right? You know what I'm saying? That's like filming a movie about Kwame Nkrumah and not using a Ghanaian citizen to play Kwame Nkrumah. Come on now. Then on top of that, that's a small part of the work that this young man has been doing. This brother has laid down and been doing the mathematics and looking at the numbers to really be able to point a picture of where we are as a group. Come on, dude. But that's cool. Go on. You limited the whole argument because your feelings hurt. And I understand. YouTube video that critiqued filmmaker Jordan Peele for hiring Africans that haven't been born in America as the leads for his movies. Both the movies were about black people in America. Okay, I hear you. ADOS folks online constantly tweet about taking down Ta-Nehisi Coates, Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, Bernie Sanders, Roland Martin, Angela Rye, and every other prominent public critic of Donald Trump. It's not just because they're public critics of Donald Trump. Let's be clear. And I want y'all to understand this is one of the things that you do in arguments, right? Boom. You hit on something that you think everybody agree on, and you keep on bringing your argument back to that and make it look like the person that you're arguing against is for that, right? Those of you that know that me and the Great Pumpkin don't see eye to eye, right? I don't disagree with everything that the Great Pumpkin is doing or that he's talking about, but shit. I mean, really, I give two shits about him. But the point that's being made is that we are in support of Donald Trump. I didn't know that. ADOS, y'all knew that? How many of y'all out there in support of Donald Trump? Y'all need to understand, him and Hillary Clinton both get the side eye. How about that? Bernie Sanders get the side eye too. I'm an equal opportunity hater. I just need y'all to understand that. I equally hate on everybody. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of us out here like this, right? Equally hate on everybody. Please understand. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no for Donald Trump. It's not. And see, this is where we got to get out of, family. Once again, I said this yesterday. Y'all voting on y'all feeling rather than voting our interest, family. That's what's consistent. We're talking about our interest. What's our interest? Donald Trump is not in our interest. Right now, I'm not seeing, Democrats are coming around, but are they totally in for our interest? We need to vote our interest, not our likes, not just to keep one person out of office. We need to vote our interest. If our interests aren't there, then we really need to evaluate who we giving our votes to. Right? So let's go. They say that they only go after Democrats because Democrats have taken the black vote for granted. Is it not true? Have the Democratic Party been taking the black vote for granted? You have staunch, longtime Democrats that's saying that. They've been saying that. We've been saying that. It's been 40 years. While the statement can be proven true, thank you. Thank you for your honesty. While the statement can be proven true, ADOS failed to realize that the results of only going after Democrat is handing a free pass to the GOP. How? Many voters that are voting Democrat are going to vote Democrat regardless. So how are we handing a free pass to the GOP? What we're saying to the Democratic Party is that you have to work for our vote. The Democratic Party, by ignoring and trying to ignore us and trying to marginalize what we're doing, are handing it over to the GOP. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? As they say, cut the check. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about cutting that check. Let's talk about releasing those resources. Let's talk about us pushing you into office so that you can do right by us, finally. All right. When you raise the question, far too many AOS folks began to defend Trump and double down on their attacks of all Trump opposition. Y'all see that, right? This is a receipt for failure in my view. So you got a picture of Yvette Carnell with the Make American Great Again hat. And I seen that show. And I don't remember her putting on that hat in support of Donald Trump. I thought that was kind of a joke. But you can find shit on the internet. You can find all types of shit on the internet, right? I don't think that's a receipt, right? I think that's a canceled check. This receipt don't count, right? When I began peeling back the layers of ADOS to try and understand why they seem so focused on attacking immigrants and all anti-Trump black people. So now we're attacking immigrants, we're attacking anti-Trump black people, even clearly pro-reparation anti-Trump black people. Even clearly pro-reparations black Trump people we're attacking. Hold on. What I found was startling. Largely due to the impeccable research of a Twitter user named Imani Kushan. I began to see that Yvette Carnell, whose Twitter name is @BreakingBrown, seemed to use her YouTube channel to push right-wing, pro-Trump, anti-immigration propaganda. God damn! Right-wing, pro-Trump, anti-immigration propaganda. Whoa, man, you are a wordsmith. I mean, you ain't putting truth down, but that was a nice roll right there. Seemed to use her YouTube channel to push right-wing, pro-Trump, anti-immigration propaganda. She has a video titled, "Why is everyone so afraid of Steve Bannon? And Trump is right about black poverty." Now, question. I don't know who Steve Bannon is. I forgot. Probably one of the white boys ain't get a lot of time or something like that. She did a video called "Trump is right about black poverty." Now, what did Trump say about black poverty? And was it a lie? Now, if I remember the show right, on the one where she said this was during the time when Trump basically said, "Black folks, you need to vote for me. What do you got to lose?" Was he lying? I mean, really, I mean, sit back. You know what I'm saying? Sit back and think about that. Black folks, you might as well go and vote for me. Well, hell, what you got to lose? Democrats ain't gonna do shit for you. I ain't gonna do shit for you. So, hey, what do you got to lose? I mean, basically, that's what it is. Right? And we sitting up here, we want to play personality politics. We want to, you know what I'm saying? Once again, going back to Amos Wilson, family, nations do not fall in love with nations. Tribes do not fall in love with tribes. We fall in love with our interest. We vote on interest. That's permanent. Me liking you and all that shit, that's temporary. Somebody call your mama. Call your mama. She calling me. Real life here, Jamie John. I have to get up off this. I have to get up off of this real soon. So, there was a video of her wearing a MAGA hat, which she deleted once we called her out for wearing it. She has tweets about Trump looks so presidential on TV and about how Trump is correct about birthright citizenship. She uses her Twitter account to push anti-immigration propaganda. And she uses Nazi slogans like blood and soil. Now, is that genuine? So now, he connected it with Trump, right-wing, Nazi, white supremacy. Come on, dog. Come on, man. I mean, I'm sitting up here, and it's like, the love and the respect is just flowing away right now. I'm sitting up here like, I understand you hot, but goddamn, are you really listening? Are you really looking at all the people that's on here, or you just, did somebody write this for you? She used her Twitter account to push anti-immigration propaganda and uses Nazi slogans like blood and soil. You do know there's a lot of our blood in this soil here, right? Yeah. Come on now. She wrote an essay on her Breaking Brown blog entitled "Black Lawmakers Shouldn't Be Out Here Calling Trump Illegitimate." Despite her denials of her support for Trump, the evidence is clear that in action, Yvette Cornett is pushing a GOP message. Is it clear? Are you sure? Wow. All right. So this is Breaking Brown. Another tweet. And what does blood and soil mean? It certainly means to me that ADOs have fought in every American war since this country's inception. And yes, we want the fruit of that citizenship. Absolutely. Got a problem with that, Joy? That's a response to I'm thinking Joy Reid. Wow. Wow. So what's wrong with that? I mean, let's read that again. And what does blood and soil mean? It certainly means to me that ADOs have fought in every American war. Very true. Still in the wars that most of us forgot that we still fighting and shit, right? Since this country's inception. And yes, we want the fruit of that citizenship. Absolutely. Got a problem with that, Joy. So, they try to throw stuff up. We about our, yeah. I mean, come on now. Family, I wish the lines was open. I really do. I wish the lines was open. I don't know what's going on. All right, so now let's go and get through this because I got to go and break out. As damning as all these facts about Yvette Carnell's actions are, her intentions were not clear to me until I found out. Here the receipt. Because the other receipts ain't, that's bounce checks. Let's go and see. I found out that she is an admittedly proud board member of an anti-immigration organization that deceptively calls itself Progressive for Immigration Reform. In case you are someone who doesn't understand that progressives generally don't fight for immigration reform, let me break this down for you. PFIR was designated as a hate group by the ADL and the SPLC because it is funded by John Tanton, a white nationalist well known for creating right-wing think tanks that are specifically designed to get minority voters to align with GOP-supported anti-immigration policy. Now I understand why everyone following Yvette Carnell and supporting her movement was so hateful to immigrants. Y'all hateful to immigrants. You know that? Did y'all know that? Hateful to immigrants. That was by design. The movement was designed as an anti-immigrant movement. This is what he's saying. That's the whole point. ADOS is an insidious, right-wing funded anti-immigration hashtag movement cloaked in the righteous language of reparations. Right-wing funded. God damn. Did you write this? Because you come into some strong ass conclusion. My brother, did you write this? I'm gonna buy your next CD, especially if you drop it independent like you did last. I'm gonna continue support, but I have to ask: did you write this shit? Where is you getting your information from? Show me the receipt that this shit is funded. Because if you are able to say that, right? You should be able to drop the receipts. You dropping receipts about why ADOS is trash. So you should have just said Yvette Carnell is trash. Or Tone Talks is trash. No, you put that shit over the whole hashtag, over the whole group, dog. You can't do shit like that. Come on now. You from the streets. You know you don't do shit like that. Them niggas over there. That's all of us. Right? So of course, now I'm funded by it. Where my goddamn money at? Right wing. I'm looking. That might be to y'all left. Right? Where my money at? What? Come on now. In the language of reparations. And I want you to understand this. Everybody, please listen. And let me be very clear about this. I've been in the movement for a long time. And the energy that's behind reparations right now was not there. Let me be it was not there. Yes, we had people like in Cobra. We had groups like in Cobra that was fighting for it, but the energy that Breaking Brown and Tone Talks and all the people that have been falling up under that flag have been pushing that ADOS piece. That energy was not there. We can't pretend like that shit was there, right? We can't. So, for you to denigrate the energy, I mean, it's almost like, dude, it's this shit sounds. This shit sounds agent-like. That's fucked up. Come on, dog. Don't let nobody use you like this. It sound like you being funded. First Progressives for Immigration Reform is now the right-wing group. I am one of the 3 blacks on the board, and there were 4 until a recent resignation. Also, 2 white environmentalists, including 1 previously on the Sierra Club's board, a diverse group. That's Yvette talking about that group. This your mama. Open the door.
It's all up.
Get up. Make sure it ain't the FBI busting in. Oh my God.
Gina, you did that.
What most ADOS folks say when I present the evidence that Yvette Cornell is a fraud.
You did that.
See, you could have started your article with that. There are a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, or, you know, if that's what you believe, right? It's to look at their website, ADOS101.com. Now check this out, because I done been telling y'all to go to the site. I want those that I told to go to the site, ADOS101.com. Now listen to what he say. On this site, created by ADOS co-founder Antonio Moore, Ronald Reagan is celebrated as being helpful to the black community. I gotta go and look for that. Donald Trump is celebrated as being helpful to the black communities. Barack Obama, the first black president, is critiqued as not being helpful to black communities. Maybe that's just me, because I went straight to the demands for reparations. Let me go back and look at that shit and see. We're gonna take a look at the site, so you know we give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, because obviously he went over with a fine-tooth comb, right? I have no issues with the critique of Obama, but when critique of Obama is buttressed in with celebration of Reagan and Trump, that's clearly right-wing propaganda. Also, reparation isn't mentioned until the very last paragraph of their agenda. Now family, y'all was with me when I read the whole goddamn thing. I read all of the demands for the what is he talking about? But I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna look back at the site. Maybe it's changed because it is a part black agenda. Click, right? Maybe that's my fault. Click all the other shit. Click black agenda. Right? So, I didn't, I'm straight to the point. I'm not an English teacher. I'm not going through looking for grammar mistakes and shit like black agenda. That's what I pushed. Right? We went straight through the black agenda, and that shit took us about an hour to go through the whole thing, reading it and talking about it, right? All right, very last paragraph agenda. On their pro-reparation website, this is suspect to me. When I pair these facts with the fact that Antonio Moore once said that due to his genetic makeup, that he is culturally closer to a white American than an African, I can conclude that the ADOS movement is being run by charlatans. That's a nice word. Y'all hear that? Clean, charlatan. You know what a charlatan is?
No, I do not.
Yeah, fraud. That's a nice word. You might want to use that. You know what the word charlatan? You ever used the word charlatan before, Bub?
No.
It's a good word, charlatan. Charlatan. He's very insulting. I mean, if Antonio Moore is more like a European American than he is African, why is he even entitled to reparations? That was a nice little turn there. Things that don't seem to make sense usually don't. I agree with you, brother. Things that don't make sense usually don't. Like the whole right wing and connecting it with Ronald Reagan and all that shit. I gotta go back and read that. Because But good. So obviously you didn't go to the black agenda. So he got Antonio's quote on here. I'm 5% Nigerian. I'm 7 to 10% British. I have a piece of me that's Scandinavian. And there's no reason why I don't do those tests. I'm just telling y'all right now. Because I'm not getting all into that. So this is homeboy talking about his thing on Ancestry.com with Antonio Moore. So I'm going to skip that. Speak for yourself, Antonio. What a word salad. There's a lot of unpack there, and it's all self-hatred. Is this your hero? Hey, man. Listen. Wow. Maybe I might need to go. I ain't even going to go up there, all right? But, you know, I mean, come on now. Hey. Can't do nothing but drink some Ambrosian. I'm going to just skip that one. Let's keep it moving. The first notable mention of ADOS on any mainstream platform that is not YouTube was when he poked him. He like, the first notable mention of ADOS on a mainstream platform that is not YouTube was when Reverend Mark Thompson critiqued the take down the Democrats at all costs strategy on Joy Reid's MSNBC program. This earned him the title of ADOS public enemy number one, with Joanne Reid coming in at a close second, or even having Mark on. Since Mark appeared on that program, the attacks on his character and life work for ADOS have been non-stop daily. I may have been the only person to get it worse. Like me, he received threats of violence and death from ADOS folks due to his criticism of their tactics. In my experience, these threats don't always remain online. In 10 plus years I've been tweeting, Twitter's users have posed real threats to me more than once. He going through some personal issues as far as people, hey baby, hey, come back down here. Come back. Go back over there and soft-footed, just walking and stumping because you upset. Real life here, Gianni Journey. All right, so he talked about some of his issues with rappers and stuff like that, and other people, and how online beef can be translated into real beef. And I understand that threat, and you shouldn't have to be going through that. I could dig that. All right, so now, then he goes into the video of Minister, the brother that they was just talking about getting into a beef with somebody. Now, I am going to say this about that video, because I think Tariq Nasheed did something on it. Jerome J. Haynes. Here we go. You guys confused me. This is Twitter. Can someone explain to me how in the world Ancestor is wrong here? Are you guys implying a man can walk into another man's face, question his moves, insult him, corner the guy, and record him, and he not provoking an assault against himself? No way. And Black Capital, boom, boom, boom. You got a whole bunch of hashtags. Here it is. As you can clearly see, Ancestor was the one that got physical first. Where is the ADOS rhetoric? Where is the attack? For the record, this brother is not ADOS. His lineage or ideology, according to him, the Black Tariq Nasheed breaking Brown. So basically, what happened? This brother brother minister got hemmed up by ADOS, who was forcing him to in a sense to be recorded, because he agreed to do it at first. Homeboy, when they actually had the camera going, when he shook his hand, and homeboy got very disrespectful. Now I do agree that homeboy was put in a situation where he may have had to use some physical force to get out of it, because when he tried to leave, homeboy blocked him from leaving and kept him hemmed up. And family, we can't do shit like that. Now that dude right there, he needs to be checked, because that was some foul shit right there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to, I put myself in both positions, right? And I look at my man, Minister, even though I don't agree with his stance and how he's going about reparations, because, you know, obviously until the ADOS movement popped off, it wasn't going all that good for us, family. Let's keep it real. Real life here, Gianni Journey. Right? So, homeboy hemmed him up. We'll let him out. The question I have to always ask myself, what would I do? I'm trying to walk. You trying to stop me from walking. Hold on. You invade my space. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody filming me. You sitting up here. Our conversation is over. You should have let the man go. Right? So there has to be a code in how we deal with stuff, because homeboy was wrong. In this one right here, I had to get that one up to you. And I don't even think homeboy should lose his job for that. I mean, I don't listen to his show anyway. Right? You know what I'm saying? And anybody's screaming for him to lose his show about this, you wrong. It's just you on some petty shit right now. And this is, you know what I'm saying? And that's that shit was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. I'm saying I'm done, and you still want to run your mouth. Listen, let me go. Run your mouth while I'm walking away. Yeah, but minister, that was a weak ass punch, dog. I mean, if you gonna lose your job, knock a motherfucker's head off, cause that was a weak ass blow. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Knock it out the park. It's almost like he. And if homeboy sitting up there complaining about him, that's bitch shit. Come on, man. Family, we need to get on that dude. He don't need to press charge for that, because that's like Sasha hitting me. Come on, man. You just need to drop it. You better not press charges or none of that shit, because you was up in that man's space. You was wrong. On this part, I have to give it to my man Talib, because he right about that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's some bullshit right there. That's some bullshit. Y'all can't hem people up and make them want to talk to you on your camera. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like that, that's not right. All right, family. I'm like, oh man, that was a weak ass blow though. You know. And homeboy on the camera. ADOS attack. Oh my God. Oh my God. After speaking at Newark community event put on by my friend and mayor of Newark, Ross Baraka, Reverend Mark Thompson was aggressively confronted about his criticism of ADOS by a black man calling himself Africa, which is ironic due to the ALS anti-pan. There we go. There you go, falsifying shit again. Due to ADOS anti-pan-African stance. Now, I understand you listening to one side of the spectrum. You got to listen to the whole. Like I said, do some research. Africa was upset with how Mark Thompson spoke about ADOS on NBC, and he wanted some answers. The exchange got more tense when Mark Thompson decided he had enough and tried to reclaim his time. Africa wasn't trying to hear that and began to insult Mark, work, and career. Sensing a threat, Mark got into a fight mode in order to protect himself. Homeboy should let him leave at that time. Should let him leave when he was trying to leave. And those around him. As someone who has been approached violently by strangers in the street who disagree with things I've said online and think I must obey them or face consequences, I understand his fighting instinct. I do too. I cannot speak on the legalities of Mark's situation. There should be no legalities. Africa, you need to drop that shit. Anybody in Baltimore, you know Africa need to drop that shit, because he ain't even hurt you. Come on, man. You should have got out of his way. You know what I'm saying? Probably would have responded. I'm just saying, so we're gonna get off of homeboy. When I first started getting harassed by it, I told myself I wasn't going to write any essay. But you did about ADOS, because they didn't deserve it. The LC troll account have been nastier and more disturbing than any mass trolling I've received. And I've been trolled by every major figure in the white supremacist movement. Look, he got the who's who, from Ben Shapiro to Gavin McGinnis to David Duke. That's how I know ADOS is not organic. It's not organic. It's not real. It can't be real. They are more organized and relentless than most troll operations. Hearing that Mark Thompson who has been a soldier for black communities may lose a job or being harassed online and in person by LDS folks. Where am I at? ADOS, because they didn't just boom, boom, boom. ADOS folks made me want to write this as a warning. One is a warning to pro-reparation folks in our community to stay far away from this hateful anti-immigration movement. Two is a warning to ADOS that we are on your head. You came after the wrong black man, and I won't stop until you over. Damn, God. So I guess that means I can't buy your next CD then, right? I can't buy your next download. You declare war. Damn. So I got to go and get rid of my whole guy. He just declared war, y'all.
Where's the cups at?
Damn.
I don't know. You can find them.
You came after the wrong black man, and I won't stop until you over.
Where is the cup?
Wow. Wow. All right, we almost done, family. I'm up out of here. ADOS folks will try to tell you that if you diss ADOS, you are dissing all black Americans ever. That's a lie. This is Talib. I've been a black man from Brooklyn my entire life, and I never heard of that goofy hashtag until they came after me a month ago. Damn, now you calling names. Now this the part you wrote, right? All the other shit, I don't think, this the part you wrote. Talking shit now. I will never define my experience as a black man in America. Well, it will never define my experience as a black man in America. It's not explaining the experience. It's explaining the identity. So that when reparations do come, you are able to get it. But maybe you ain't catch up with us yet. I could dig that. I understand you upset. You just upset. I done said shit I was never going to do, and I ended up doing it anyway. I understand, brother. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to let you get you some time so that you get yourself together and reevaluate what's going on. I want you to go back to when these presidential candidates started talking about reparations and what was the group that made it that made it come out of their mouth. Right? I really need you to see that the aggressiveness that is being displayed, like even with you putting an article in the Medium, right, is getting ADOS more steam, because motherfuckers gonna read this and then they gonna be like, let me see what this is about. And they gonna get on there and they don't start seeing those figures and start seeing that you may be full of shit, my friend. Right? I mean, you know, all right, so let's go on, let's keep it going. Damn. The hashtag that came, I've been a black man from Brooklyn my entire life, and I never heard of that goofy hashtag until they came after me a month ago. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It will never define my experience as a black man in America. I don't come from slaves. I come from enslaved people. You know, years ago, I said I would never use the term white supremacy. For real. I still have a problem with it. I'll never use the term white supremacy. And I got in a discussion with somebody, and I really started thinking about it. I said, damn, you got a point. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when a lot of people wouldn't use the term white supremacy, and now you seeing that term all over the place. So, as a 51-year-old man, I'm just saying this to some of the younger people as well as to my brother Talib Kweli. Please be very careful sometimes, because some of the shit that you thought you wouldn't use, eventually, I'm 51 years old. Eventually, you may use it. Right? Eventually, you may start seeing differently. Once again, ADOS describes a lineage of people. A tribe of people, a tribe of, in a sense, African people. Not even in a sense, a tribe of people descended from Africa. But some of the issues that a lot of people have is that these young people are asking real questions. Like, I know a lot of the Pan-Africanists get upset because did a show called Pan-Africanism is Dead, but we have to understand the context from which she did the show, which means in order for me to debate her about Pan-Africanism, I need to be able to understand, or you need to be able to understand what angle she's coming from and what she means. Right? So now you have to watch that. You have to do your homework so that you will be able to have a real debate with her, even because at this point in time, I don't even suggest that neither one of them debate. I'm not even into debating myself. I don't like that shit. I don't have a lot of followers. It don't make no sense to me, right? But now let me say this to you. I didn't like the hashtag ADOS until I really, really started thinking about it. There has to be a way to separate those that are recently coming to America and those that have been in America. There has to be. We're a tribe. We have to understand that. And in the tribes, we have disagreements. We're a tribe. We're a tribe. Right? So part of that Pan-Africanism, if you can have a Nigerian, and you can have a Ghanaian, and you can have an Awe ethnic group, Awe people, and you can have an Ashanti people, you can have an ADOS. We fit into the overall circle. We have a way of representing ourselves and not just be like this lost people. We don't understand. See, we're fighting for rights for people who have a home. This is all we know. You go on and get your blood checked and all that shit. They can tell you exactly where you come from, but even when you go there, you're still gonna be a visitor. Even when you show on the paperwork, you're still gonna be a visitor. Because home is where the rent's paid. Home is where the blood is spilled. So, I understand that'll never define your experience, but family, you could change it how you want, enslave, I'm not this and the boom, 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 however you want, however it makes you feel good, but family, when you really look at it, our people went through something. And that thing we went through happened to be slavery. And we could deny it. And this is a whole nother piece for me now. Another thing that's totally opening up for me, because in many ways we're looking at our slavery experience from a limited lens. We look at it as a period of shame. So of course we don't want to claim that shit. But we're not looking at the resilience of our people and the creativity of our people. And we're not looking at the strength that was built in us as a people during this time that made us and forged us and in a sense put us in the furnace of reality to produce a beautiful people. Come on, fam. You're bigger than that. We bigger than this. All right. That came after a month. I will never define my experience as a black man in America. It will never define my experience as a black man in America. And I could dig that. You had the right to say that. I don't come from slaves. I come from enslaved people. There's a difference. They will try to tell you that they have pushed the issue of reparations to the forefront and nobody before them has. Now, let's get into these. These are lies that disrespect our ancestors and leaders whose shoulders we stand on. How is it a lie? How is it a lie? Did they not bring it to the forefront? Have they not brought it to the forefront in a way that it has not been in the forefront for over 100 years? Come on now. Give the young people some credit. Sheila Jackson, along with Ron Daniels and John Conyers, introduced House H.R. 40 reparations bill in 1989. Now, let's get it straight. John Conyers introduced it in 1989 and put it on the floor every year, and they wouldn't even discuss, wouldn't even vote on this shit. Come on now. He dropped something and nobody paid attention to the shit because there was no pressure. None. Now there's pressure, motherfucking presidential candidates. People who want to run for president have to answer the question. Clinton didn't have to answer the question. No president before that. Barack Obama didn't have to answer. Matter of fact, Barack Obama did answer the question. And that fucked me up too. See the footage yourself. We got a Democrat from Ohio who said he was in favor of reparations for black people. What Obama say? The first black president that you mentioned earlier. Come on, dude. Stop playing with me. I mean, we playing games now. All right, there's a difference. They were trying to tell you that they have put the issue of reparations to the forefront and nobody before them has. They pushed it to the forefront like nobody has. Let's say it like that. Yes. Okay. Somebody's breaking in our gate. These are lies that disrespect our ancestors and leaders whose shoulders we stand on. That's not true. Sheila Jackson, boom, boom, boom. They did the HR Bill of 1989. Organizations like NARC, National African American Reparation Commission, and then COBRA, National Coalition of Blacks for Reparations in America, have been doing the work for years. One of my friends often say, what's 0 times 0? 0. What's 0 times 3?
3.
What's 0 times 4?
0.
0. Right? So, even if a person is doing the work and they're doing the work wrong, and they are not effective with the work, it's sort of like that 0 there, right? And no matter what number, no matter what amount of hours, no matter how many years you multiply against that 0, you still going to get what?
0.
Exactly. You're going to get 0, right? So now we have young people who have come and stepped into the arena, and rather than getting the support of the elders, we got people, we've been working on that for a long time. Fall back, young and wise, show you how to do it. You don't know how to talk to these people.
Every number with one in it times is 1.
But your past history has shown us that you don't know what the hell you're doing. You don't know how to put the pressure on. Now, see, because listen, if y'all was smart, Talib, you would be hooking up with Cobra and being like, listen, we going to get reparations passed, and y'all going to have to either deal with us, or you're going to have to deal with them. But you need to see how that HR 40 is structured. You need to look at it and see that it has no teeth, and that we need to rewrite that shit. A bad bill is a bad bill. And we got to be clear. All right. And you'll be satisfied with somebody just allowing the bill to go through, allowing the study to go through. And then after that, they come out and they give us their analysis and say we basically don't need reparations. You niggas did get reparations. Y'all been getting, we allowed you to live here, blah, 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 shit like that. And we be satisfied. No. Come on now. Have been doing the work for 20 years. I used to sell that by Randall Robinson and Nakuru when I worked there 20 years ago. Since then, Robinson has founded Trans Africa, a pro-reparation advocacy group. Scholars from Dr. Claude Anderson to Derek Hamilton have advocated for reparations without needing align with white supremacists like ADOS founder Yvette Cornell, wow, and Antonio Moore have chosen to do. By making reparations a hold on your nuts. Oh, by making reparations and he's shooting out. Now, you better leave Tariq's ass alone, because Tariq will make a puppet of your ass real quick and sell a game. He'll make a game. Listen, by making reparations a hold your own nuts divisive issue amongst black voters. He's sending shots out to Tariq. I'm trying to tell you, all right. You called on that mic. But, I mean, that's your arena. This shit right here, I got, shit. You better leave that man alone. ADOS will usher in a GOP victory for Trump in 2020. I got to ask, what's wrong with that? I know some of y'all going, well, what's wrong with that? Huh? If our agenda is not met, we just need to get a lesser evil up in there. I feel you, bro. But I don't feel you. And if you think attacking our black people who also deserve reparations from their respective countries is going to go get Donald Trump or any GOP run government to give you reparations, I have a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. ADOS is a danger to the actual black activists who have been active in the fight for reparations. Damn, we a danger. I'm a danger. Because I consider myself ADOS. I'm a danger. Damn. All right, family, listen. And I brought Gravitas, man. I like that album, man. Get us, damn, why, Quality, why? Why? God damn it, why? Oh my God. Hey, Cleve, you know this lady right here?
No.
You don't remember her?
No.
No, that's your Aunt Carmen. She came and stayed at the house before. You don't remember? Okay. All right, you use your. All right, family. I'm gonna get up because I can't take no damn calls. Hold on. Oh, he talked about Russia. Wait, Miss Kim say, I thought Mark threw a blow when Africa asked. No, when if you look at it, homeboy, see, because this far as Africa and Mark, first off, Africa need to let that shit go. Period. There ain't no reason to try to destroy a black man. Y'all had a disagreement. First off, and the disagreement was sparked because you was asking questions. Second off. Third off, when he tried to leave and you put your big ass body in his way, you were wrong. Now, I thought Mark did throw the first blow. That was it. Yeah, that was the worst. That wasn't even a punch. That was a punch where you throw it and he thought about it while it was going on. I need to slow it down. I'm in trouble. I'm gonna lose my job. Let that shit go. You know what I'm saying? Really. You need to really let that shit go. Africa was wrong on that shit. I don't even know the nigga. He wrong. And like I said, I'm going to be at the ADOS thing. Please don't hit me up because I said you wrong and shit. Because I'm like, yo, I'm not on that shit. I'm really not. You should never hem nobody in like that. Ever. Unless you are intending. See, because it's the issue. When you hem somebody in, there are natural reactions as human beings that we have no control over. First off, I'm trying to escape. You won't let me escape. My heartbeat elevates. My buddies start producing stuff, getting me ready for battle. I'm getting nervous. I'm ready. Either I got to fight or I got to run or you got to back down. If you all up on me like that, you filming me. I don't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, you start attacking what the fuck I've been doing. Come on, dog. I mean, I seen it. You know what I'm saying? As much as I would want him to be in the right, that was not my eye at all. That wasn't on code at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make him respond to me and blah blah blah. Then get out of here. You trying to get YouTube hits? That was weak. Him talking about Russia and all that stuff. Come on. I'm like, yo. All right, but yo, family, we got Perunk. I'm about to get up out of here. You know, my kids obviously don't want to go with me. So I'm up, I'm out. Please leave some comments. Leave some comments. Let's talk about it. And then after this, we can let this shit die. Hopefully, Talib will come to his senses, and I can go on and start listening to Gravitas again, or get whatever he bring out later on and shit. You know. But and somebody get a message to him. He don't want to be fucking with Tariq on this shit here, because Tariq will turn him into a cartoon character, man, and have a puppet. And I mean, y'all listen. But I'm gone. I'm out. I gotta stop and get some stuff from the other store, from the store that I brew and stuff. All right, I'm out. Peace.